regional manager from University of West London, Karan Mehra, to provide multiple information regarding September 2023 intake, enrollment procedures, course intake criteria, and about UK education and their benefits. So let's welcome Karan Mehra.
Thank you. Namaste. Thank you so much, Vasanta, for the very kind welcome.
Okay. तपाईहरु सबैलाई थाहै छ वेस्ट लन्डन युनिभर्सिटी एउटा युकेको वेस्ट लन्डनमा लन्डनको वेस्ट लन्डनमा रहेको र अत्यन्त राम्रो युनिभर्सिटी ऱ्याङ्किङको कुरा गर्दाखेरि अहिले नेपालबाट जाने विद्यार्थीहरूमा सबभन्दा लार्जेस्ट नम्बरको हाइएस्ट ऱ्याङ्किङ सायद तपाईँलाई थाहा छ कि छैन कुरा तपाईँले आफू रिसर्च गर्नुभयो भने देख्नुहुन्छ वी आर द हाइएस्ट university from Nepal, the students willing to go to study in UK, particularly large number. I'm talking about the number of students. Stay tuned. If you have any questions, you can drop questions. We are here to address your queries, and we are looking forward to welcoming University of West London in September 2023. Karan, you are very popular name in Nepal. Actually, like it's been a long time. We are promoting regional manager, University of West London, and then we are seeing like leapfrog, like the ranking jumps of the university.
Correct.
And from the side, can you tell about our unique features achieving this kind of success of this university?
Yeah, one of the things, as a university which we pride ourselves upon is the increase in rankings for this particular university. Now, if you compare most London-based universities, traditionally London-based universities are not very highly ranked. However, we make a very strong exception because as per the latest Guardian rankings of 2023, we are ranked 23 in the UK. So out of all the 146 odd universities, we are ranked 23 in the UK. So you will be coming to an institution, as Basanta mentioned, is an institution which is steeped in ranking, and very soon we are looking to enter the top 20 ranked universities in the UK as well. So this would be an absolutely great choice for you to come and study because of the ranking this university enjoys.
अनि म तपाईलाई भन्न चाहन्छु कि हियर न्युज कन्सल्टेन्सी वेस्ट लन्डन युनिभर्सिटीमा काम गर्न थालेको लामो समय भइसक्यो र हामी वास्तवै भन्नुपर्दा वान अफ दि लङ्गेस्ट पार्टनर रिक्रुटमेन्ट पार्टनर फर दि युनिभर्सिटी अफ वेस्ट लन्डन र तपाईसँग कुनै क्वेसन छ भने पनि हामी यहाँ तपाईलाई एड्रेस गर्नलाई रेडी छौँ र सुनिहाल्नुभयो 23rd र्याङ्क इन टुडेज द गार्जियन रिपोर्ट टाइम्स सो यति हाई र्याङ्किङ युनिभर्सिटी नेपालबाट जाने लार्जेस्ट स्टुडेन्ट्स नम्बर चाहिँ मलाई लाग्छ म पनि युकेमा चाहिँ लामो समय भयो वेस्ट लन्डन बस्ने गर्छु आफू र यो नै युनिभर्सिटी हो जहाँ तपाईँहरू इम्प्लोइमेन्टको कुरा गर्न चाहनुहुन्छ युनिभर्सिटीको एजुकेसन कुरा गर्न चाहनुहुन्छ क्वालिटी एजुकेसन पढ्न चाहनुहुन्छ भने प्लिज रिमेम्बर University of West London and नेपालबाट जान चाहनुहुन्छ भने रियल wisconsin. Okay, Karan, thank you so much for provide those kind of answers now. Queries. Well, what are the unique features of this University of West London? Which program particularly the students are willing to join to the university?
Okay, so there are quite a few unique features, apart from the ranking feature which we touched upon. I think the other very important thing is location. We are a London-based university. We are based in the heart of London in an area called Ealing, which is known as the Queen of the Boroughs. It's one of the greenest boroughs in London. And locational advantage is enjoyed because there are 3 underground lines which run very close to the university. So if you want to go into central London, you can get there in 20 minutes. I'm sure most of you must have seen the coronation of the King yesterday. Westminster Abbey, Buckingham Palace. You must have seen images on BBC, on most national television. That area is about 20 minutes away from the university. That's the locational advantage that the students enjoy. And at the other end, we have Heathrow Airport, which is now one of the busiest airports in the world. We're about 15 minutes away from Heathrow Airport as well. The advantage of Heathrow Airport, a lot of the part-time jobs which students will look for in the field of hospitality or catering or tourism will be around where the airport is. And that's why the locational advantage of the university is incredibly important. Now, again, one of the things which helps with the Nepalese community is that we're based in West London. And West London has got a traditionally large Nepalese community. Now, this is very important pastoral support. Now, we always say when you come to the UK, your life in the UK is like a U. Think of an alphabet U. When you come in, you're extremely excited, you're on top of the U. But after a period of time, you start dipping down because education is different, the environment is different, the people are different. This is where your community will support you in order to help you take you back on the U curve. So I think the locational advantage is also very, very important for us. And coming to what Basanta just mentioned about new programs, I think that's the crucial thing today, is to form programs which are required by the industry. There is no point doing a traditional, let's say a traditional MBA program, which is not relevant to what the industry needs. You need to formulate programs which the industry requires and which will help graduates to get jobs in the industry. I'll take one simple example, in terms of a new program or something, and that would be a master's, say, in artificial intelligence. Today you pick up any newspaper, anything on social media as well. Everyone is talking about artificial intelligence. Everyone is talking about ChatGPT. Is it the destroyer of everything, or is it the boon of everything? Now this is something which is incredibly important, and we have incorporated this on a lot of our programs on artificial intelligence, business analytics, so that students understand not just the cloud computing side of things, but also things which are extremely relevant to the industry today. So that's just one example, Basanta, of the program. Lots of different programs. Another example would be something in pharmacology. Post-COVID, we have learned how important biomedical science, biomedical technology, pharmacology, all of these subject areas will come. So we've included this also into some of our new program portfolio development.
हजुरले सुनिहाल्नुभयो कि हाम्रो फोर्सको बारेमा, युनिक फिचरको कुराकानीमा, युनिभर्सिटीको लोकेसनको कुराकानीमा कहाँ यो अवस्थित छ र यो लन्डनको पनि कुन एरियामा छ र जहाँ नेप्लिस कम्युनिटी, लार्ज नम्बर अफ नेप्लिस कम्युनिटिजको लागि तपाईँ बसोबास रहेको छ, जस्तै तपाईँको पार्ट टाइम जबको लागि त्यो कम्युनिटीले त्यसरी हेल्प गरेर हुन्छ। तपाईँको एउटा कुरा पहिला आफूले देखिरहेको। अर्को कुरा तपाईँको अकमोडेसन कुरा आउँदाखेरि चाहिँ सेयर अकमोडेसनको लागि चाहिँ त्यो कम्युनिटी त्यही एउटा सहयोग गरेर देखिरहेको छ। त्यो गर्दा नेप्लिस कम्युनिटी नै त्यहाँ अगाडि तपाईँलाई आएर सपोर्ट गर्दाखेरि सेयर अकमोडेसनको लागि धेरै सहयोग गर्छ। यस बाहेक पनि म जान्न चाहन्छु तपाईँहरू on campus accommodation. Very few university has got on campus accommodation in London particularly. Then let's ask the question to whether we are going to offer the on campus accommodation plans.
Yeah, absolutely. I think accommodation is a very crucial thing in the UK right now. And one of the things which we have, unlike most London-based universities, is that we have a lot of on-campus accommodation available. Our on-campus accommodation is in about 5 different places, all in West London, ranging from Acton to Wembley to South Ealing to Ealing to Northfields. These are the 5 key areas, all very close to the university, and we have accommodation available for our international students. Now, one of the advantages of accommodation at university is that, let's say put it this way, students are tension-free. Now, if a student wants to look for accommodation outside, normally in the UK, landlords are going to ask for a guarantor. You have a guarantor in the UK. Here, when you stay in the university accommodation, no guarantor is required. And it's absolutely safe. The quality standards are maintained, the safety standards are maintained as well. So, if you're looking to come to the UK and you're looking in September, one of the options for you would be to look for university accommodation.
वास्तवमा भन्नुपर्दा युनिभर्सिटी वेस्ट लन्डनको अकोमोडेसन लोकेसनको कुरा गर्दाखेरि हामी तपाईँलाई थाहा पाइहाल्नुभयो कि ग्यारेन्टी बिना पनि अकोमोडेसन प्रोभाइड गर्ने युनिभर्सिटीमा हामीले जान्न चाहन्छौँ कि वेस्ट लन्डन तपाईँलाई अफर गर्न सक्छ र यदि तपाईँ त्यस टाइप सपोर्ट चाहियो भने रियल ड्रिम्स अफिस पनि वेस्ट लन्डनमा अवस्थित छ। इफ यु आर स्ट्रगलिङ टु फाइन्ड accommodation, we are trying to help out from our side as well. My team is there. So that's the reason we are asking you to push your application to Real Dreams Consultancy. And we are not only in Nepal, we are in UK as well. And then we are supporting from all the way from Nepal to UK to make your life much more easier and let you know. So contact Real Dreams office, that's office branch Kathmandu, Chittagong र भुटानमा रहेको छ। र हामीले सेप्टेम्बर 2023 को इन्टेकको एप्लिकेसन लिइरहेका छौँ युनिभर्सिटी वेस्ट लन्डनको लागि र we have a very limited timelines to submit the application, to get offer, to get cost and like so to secure a place. What you need to do, you need to understand this thing about the application process. That's why we are here. Mr. Karmera, regional manager from University of West London. अब हामी उहाँलाई नै एक प्रश्न गर्दैछौँ। हामी जान्न चाहन्छौँ कि एप्लिकेसन प्रोसेसको लागि के गर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ, कति समय लाग्छ. Let's have some direct message from Karan. Karan, like 10 students from Nepal are willing to study for this university for September 2023. Then what would be the procedure? What they need to do from beginning like to after the class?
One of the things which I would start off before I explain the application process is apply early. That's the most important thing. And when I say early, apply today. If you've not already done so, please apply today. It's because the application process is relatively straightforward. The students would need to make an application, and like Vasanta explained, you have the services, the expertise of Real Dream and the counselors who will help you in the application processing. Once the application is processed through our portal, what we also try and do with Vasanta is we try and turn around and give you an offer within 48 hours. So within 48 hours, we will try and give you an offer letter. Once an offer letter comes to you, you then need to pay the deposit in order to process for your CAS letter. Again, if you've not already done so, please pay deposits as soon as possible. Because you have to understand one very important thing. The students who apply early, the students who get their visas in early and who arrive in the UK before the actual start date of the programs are the ones who succeed. It's because they arrive in the UK and they understand what the requirements are for the university or what they need to do. So hence, it is very important that you apply as soon as possible, pay your deposits well in advance so that we can then process your CAS letters. Just in terms of sheer deadlines, we are looking to issue CAS from the 21st of June onwards. We want you to apply for your visas towards the end of June, towards the middle of July, so that you get your visas by the end of July, first week of August, and you can fly to the UK from the third week of August. Hence, we state you apply early and you do it well in advance.
Okay, then. At the same time, in Nepal particularly, there's like English test has become a massive issue. Actually, there are many English tests that are accepted by the universities. Which tests that are particularly preferred to have in this to show English efficiency, and then score as well for UG and PG, because Western University offers undergraduate program and postgraduate programs, and then it's like can you tell us more about our entry requirements for the IELTS requirements?
So just take a few minutes, in terms of explaining the entry requirements for our program. We start off with an undergraduate student. If a student has done his higher secondary education or his A levels or his class 12, and if he scored 2.5 CGPA out of 4, the student will be eligible to come for an undergraduate program. What he needs in terms of IELTS is a score of 6.0 with no band less than 5.5. There are two other tests that we accept. One is TOEFL, so you can take the TOEFL exam as well, or you can take the PTE. If you take the PTE, we need a score of 52 with no band less than 51, and that will enable you to come for an undergraduate program. We move on to the postgraduate. Similar, a student needs to have a second class in his bachelor's degree, and a student needs an IELTS score of 6.5 with no band less than 5.5. Same, the PTE is accepted, and on a PTE we need a score of 58 with no band less than 51, and that enables you to come for a master's program. Now, you may ask, what happens when students don't get these kind of requirements? Then we have two special programs at the university, and we are one of the very few universities to actually offer that, and they are called the Enhanced Extended Master's Program and the Extended Master's Program. Essentially, for these programs, you can come with any percentage in a bachelor's degree. 40% is absolutely fine if you have one. And what you need is an IELTS score of 6 with no band less than 5.5. If you have these, you are able to come on to the Extended and Enhanced Extended Master's Program, which starts in the month of September, and you'll still be able to graduate within a 2-year time frame and be able to get your master's award. So that in a gist is about the 4 key programs that we offer at UWL for the intake in September.
Okay, well, I want to summarize this code now. Undergraduate, IELTS requirement 6, not less than 5.5, and PTE 52, not less than 51, and postgraduate 6.5, not less than 5.5 if IELTS, or PTE overall 58, not less than 51. तपाईँले त्यसको ल्याउनु भएको छैन भने अर्को प्रोग्राम छ उहाँले भन्नुभयो यो इनहेन्स एक्सटेन्डेड प्रोग्राम छ जसको लागि चाहिँ तपाईँसँग 6 आइएसमा ओभरअल 6 नत्र 5.5 यसमा फिटी कति चाहिन्छ त हजुर सर तपाईँ फेरि गइरहनु सक्छ कि आइएलटिएस 6 नत्र 5.5 what about the PT? Let's ask this question again. And you mentioned that, like, the enhanced action programs, yeah, IELTS 6, not just 5.5. Yes. At the same time, the students in Nepal, they have done the PTs. Yes. So, can you clarify about
yes? So we will accept the PTE for the advanced extended master's program as well, and for that we need 56 with no band less than 51.
Thank you, Karan. तपाईँ आउनुभयो अब हामीसँग अप्सनको रूपमा अर्को प्रोग्राम आयो इनहेन्स र इनहेन्स एक्सटेन्डेड प्रोग्राम जसको लागि चाहिँ तपाईँको 56 ओभरअल ब्यान्ड पिटी नट लेस देन 51 अनि तपाईँको ओभरअल ग्रेड 12 जिपी या सिजिपी धेरै कन्फिडेन्स दिएको छ नेपालमा सिजिपी स्कोर or GPA score. It's like, so undergrad programs, what are the requirements? That is CGPA or GPA considered by the West London before Singapore.
See, now there are different universities that we have here in Nepal and in Kathmandu in particular. So till the time we are able to see a second class in the final degree award of the student, we are happy to accept it. We are not basing the entry on the basis of CGPA because sometimes the CGPA of 2, could be a second class. Sometimes the CGPA of 2.5 could be a second class. So we would need to see a second class. However, if you do not have a CGPA which is equivalent to a second class, you still have the enhanced extended master's programs. You would still be able to come and study your master's through the enhanced extended route, where even a CGPA of less than 2 will be sufficient for you to meet the entry requirements.
Okay. Mr. Nakhan, what about undergraduate entry from grade 12? Are you considering the students from the grade 12 GB school, or you want to get 11 and 12 both schools and the CGPA? Which one are you considering?
We're only looking at class 12. So we're only looking at class 12 and a CGPA of 2.5 out of 4. GPA of 2.5 out of 5
for direct entry.
For direct entry.
But it is, you used to have 2.8 earlier, right?
Yes, it was 2.8 earlier, now it is 2.5. And if the students get a score which is less than 2.5, they also have the option to come via the foundation program. So we have foundation programs which are integrated with the main program. So it's not where you would apply for a foundation CAS and then you apply for a new CAS for a bachelor's degree program. You have one CAS letter covering the 4 years of your program, which includes foundation and the main program.
Okay. If any students who has completed their grade 12 with GPA score 2.5 and IELTS 6 not at 5.5, PT 52 not at 51, then hurry up to submit application to University of London. We will be providing a colleges in 48 hours. Stay tuned. Okay, the same time in Nepal, I can see the students that due to COVID, they are not able to continue the courses and even from passing the grade 12, and then even some students that have bachelor degree willing to master degree for a study, but in some regions they were, or maybe they engage in their own. What about the maximum education gap that we are taking for UG and PG?
Yeah, I think that's a very important question. So the maximum gap that we accept for an undergraduate program is 2 years. So basically the students should have passed their higher secondary education or the class 12 in 2021. And if you're looking at a master's program, the maximum gap that we accept is 5 years. So the student should have passed their bachelor's degree in 2018 in order to meet the entry requirements. If a student has substantial amount of work experience, then they could have passed before 2018 and they would qualify for the MBA program. Because the MBA program is one where more the experience that you're able to show, the stronger the quality of application which goes in for the MBA.
Okay, then 2021 pass out for UG students who has the GPA 2.5 and then IELTS score 6, not less than 5.5, PT score 52, not less than 51, can submit the application without further delays. And Real Dreams is here to support you. We have our office in Kathmandu, Chittagong, and Bhutan, and then we have now Karan Mehra from University of West London, regional manager, is assuring us to issue the offer later if they provide the genuine, like SOPs, LOR, IOTs, all the needed documents, then offer can be released within 48 hours. किन पर्सन नगर्दा त्यस कारणले गर्दाखेरि तपाईहरुले यो युनिभर्सिटी लन्डनमा अवस्थित छ र तपाईहरुलाई धेरै खालको कोर्स अफर गर्छ र र्याङ्किङ वाइज पनि नेपाली स्टुडेन्ट्सहरु नेपालबाट जाने रिजनेबल फितिर जाने युनिभर्सिटीमा मलाई लाग्छ वेस्ट लन्डन इज द largest recruited student from Nepal being at that good rank. So please pursue your application. Rani, happy algo agi baniru saknu bhacha ko regional manager le तपाईहरुले यदि एप्लिकेसन प्रोसेस अगाडि बढाउनुस् टाइममा आज अहिले नै किनकि एप्लिकेसन डेडलाइन्स लाई नकुर्नुस् टेक नोट वेट फर डेडलाइन्स सबमिट एप्लिकेसन टुडे गेट अफर देन त्यसपछि प्रोसेस के हुन्छ त submitting the application really can guide you. Getting offers, that's the one stage, very first stage. Then what is the next stage after getting the money of West London University? And after getting the offer letters, we have seen some students are getting before this college and condition that year, and how they can proceed ahead the application, getting offers, then what the next stage for the student.
Yeah, so I think one of the things that we need to do is once a student has made an offer, the student needs to accept coming to the UK. So there are very simple questions that we ask. You have preparation given to you by Real Dreams as well. Then we ask you in terms of why do you want to come to the UK? Why do you want to study a particular program? What are your goals and aims on completion of your program? Who is going to sponsor you for your education? Why haven't you looked at other universities? How many other universities are better? So this will allow you to complete the pre-CAS interview. Once you complete the pre-CAS interview, you can then pay the deposit as mentioned in your offer letter. So in this way, you are saving time. Because we do understand that if today we are asking you to pay a deposit of £10,000, you might need some time. So the best way to save time is to pay £1,000 and clear the rest of the formalities so that later on, in about 2 weeks or 3 weeks' time, you will be in a position to accept the offer by paying the full deposit.
Whoever has got offer letters, they have to accept their offer letters before proceeding ahead, and they have to pay deposit £1,000 to book the pre-CAS interview. Then if you are paying £1,000 deposits, then university will send the link for the interview, mock test, then if you pass the interview, then you can provide the documents along with your TV certificates to apply the CAS. Very straightforward process. And then Real Dreams team is here to support you. तपाईहरुले मलाई कन्ट्याक्ट गर्न सक्नुहुनेछ अफिस कहिले पनि भनिसके काठमाडौँको फर्स्ट फ्लोर अफ श्रेष्ठ फोटोकपी गोजल सडकमा रहेको रियल ड्रिम्स अफिसमा कन्ट्याक्ट गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ त्यसैगरी चितवनको साइड चोकमा रहेको रियल ड्रिम्स अफिसमा कन्ट्याक्ट गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ यसैगरी बुटवलमा कालिका नगरमा रहेको रियल ड्रिम्सको अफिसमा कन्ट्याक्ट गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ स्टे ट्युन अनि तपाईहरुले हेरिराख्नु भएको छ त्यहाँ तपाईको लिंक पनि होला कन्ट्याक्ट नम्बर पनि होला जहाँ तपाईले कन्ट्याक्ट गरेर रियल ड्रिम्सको काउन्सिलरसँग 1-to-1 काउन्सिलिङको लागि तपाईले आफ्नो टाइम पनि लिन सक्नुहुनेछ जहाँ तपाईलाई हामी अझै फर्दर टिम विषयहरूको बारेमा छ भने पनि तपाईहरु आएर बुझेर इन पर्सन सोध्न सक्नुहुनेछ ओके त्यहाँ के क्वेशन्स बनाएर भन्दा भयो तपाईको कुनै क्वेशनहरु छ भने हेर्नु होला ओके well this we have been discussing regarding interview environments. It's in Nepal, we have seen so many students, they are paying the deposits before the pre-CAS interview. And later on, so many students been told you didn't pass the pre-CAS interview. Then what would the refund procedure of that amount? Then what about success rate from Nepal in pre-CAS interview?
Yeah, but that's very important. It's a very important question to be addressed as well. You'll be quite surprised to know that in the last 18 months, we've not had a single refusal on a pre-CAS interview from Nepal. Maybe it's to do with the quality of your students. You're putting in the effort, you're understanding what a pre-CAS interview means, and that's why we've not had a single refusal from Nepal on a pre-CAS interview. However, if you were to have a refusal on a pre-CAS interview, we give you one more opportunity. So we give you two opportunities because some people are scared, some people are nervous, some people's Skype is not working, or the internet is not very good, or electricity goes off, and they get very nervous. So we give you one more opportunity. So you actually get two opportunities to clear a precast interview. And like I mentioned, in the last 18 months, we've not had a single refusal on a precast interview.
Okay, you might aware of why the ranking of university has done that much of means the quality students, particularly recruiting by the University of West London, isn't it? 23rd rank, and none of the students are failing the precast interview from Nepal, and because they are quite vigilant to recruit the student beginning, because the entry criteria particularly, and the IELTS score, and then deposits at the beginning, that's why the student can put more effort, to address the queries in precast interview. So तपाईँले एस्योर गरिराख्नु भएको छ यदि तपाईँको राम्रो भएन भने पनि you will be getting second opportunities to sit for the precast interview. कहिले हाम्रो इन्टरभ्यू कनेक्सन राम्रो हुँदैन हाम्रो नेपालमा कतिपय ठाउँमा कहिले चाहँदै पनि त्यो टाइमिङमा तपाईँ जोइन गर्न सक्नुहुन्न सिस्टम लिएर आउँछ टेक्निकल लिएर आउँछ त्यस्तो खालको कुराहरू चाहिँ तपाईँहरूलाई सेकेन्ड अप्सन चाहिँ दिने गरिन्छ त्यो गर्दाखेरि तपाईँहरू आत्तिनुपर्ने छैन त्यसमाथि पनि सुनिहाल्नुभयो अहिलेसम्म 18 मन्थमा एकजना पनि प्रिकासमा खेल्नु भएको छैन अब यस कारणले गर्दाखेरि तपाईँले सुन्न यस्योर हुनुहोस् कि मेरो 1000 पाउन्ड तिरेको छु पास हुन्छ कि हुँदैन बाँकी फी तिर्नुपर्ने छ इन्टरभ्यू गर्नको लागि तपाईँको फेरि पास कहिले हुन्छ भनेर सोच्नुभन्दा पनि सुरुमै 10,000 पाउन्ड फी तिरेर कन्फिडेन्स साथै अगाडि बढ्न सक्नुहुन्छ पे वान अफ पे लाइक 10,000 पाउन्ड्स त्यो इन्टरभ्यू त्यो पास गर्नुहुन्छ डकुमेन्ट प्रोभाइड गर्नुहोस् टिभीको फाइनेन्स डकुमेन्ट कास पाउनुहुन्छ विदिन फ्यु डेज सो यदि तपाईँ कन्फिडेन्ट हुनुहुन्छ भने अफर होल्डर हुनुहुन्छ भने I have to pay 10,000 pounds to begin to get it. Just like then book the interview, passing the interview, getting the class. Then you can submit the application right now for UKVI. They're already been issuing visas to study September 2020. So hurry up. Okay. Well, currently we have discussed about accommodation, requirements. And then in Nepal, in the student perspective, they always look for scholarship particularly. Yeah. And then what about the scholarship opportunities that every student can get from the University of
Yeah, there are different options for scholarship which we offer as well. So we have something called the International Ambassador Scholarship. Now, if you just go onto our website and look for International Ambassador Scholarship, you will see details of how the scholarship is done. It's an online scholarship where the students need to apply and they need to fill up 5 questions. So these are very subjective in nature. So you have to write 5 essays. One thing which we don't do on our scholarship is base scholarship on merit. So if someone has a first class and someone has a second class, it does not mean that the person who has a first class will be awarded the scholarship. It all comes down to the application form that you submit online. An online application form has 5 questions that you need to answer, 5 essays. And depending on the quality of answers that you put, the scholarship is awarded to you for anything between £500 to £2,000 within that bracket, depending on the quality of answers that you put in.
Okay, and then also I would like to add over here, if you want to pay full fee in advance, passing the pre-class interview, you will be getting 5% early payment discount.
Isn't it? That's right. The 5% early settlement discount, I always say it's a sizable amount. If I'm coming for a master's and my tuition fee is £14,000, a 5% discount on that is approximately £700. That's the cost of your airfare, to the UK. At least that is covered for you. So you should definitely take the option of paying your fees in full. But there are 2 advantages. Yes, the monetary advantage is there, that you get a 5% discount. But I think the biggest advantage is that if you pay your fees upfront, when you come to the university, all you're going to do for the next 12 months or 24 months is study, because you know that your fees have been paid in full. So your resources will be concentrated on ensuring that you get a first class or an upper second class in your master's degree or a bachelor's degree. This will help you open up opportunities to look for employment. And you will not be worried about what is my balance fee outstanding or what is the amount of fee I still need to pay to the university. So those are very important things that you must keep in mind.
Okay. यहाँ त गर्दा मैले अलिकति यो कुरा बताउन चाहन्छु यो बिचमा कि नेपालबाट धेरै विद्यार्थीहरू पढ्न जानुहुन्छ र यहाँ काउन्सिलिङ गर्ने गरिन्छ कि यु क्यान पे हाफ द डिपोजिट, यु क्यान गेट कार्स, एन्ड यु क्यान गो टु युके, यु क्यान अर्न लाइक ड्युरिङ दिस पिरियड, यु क्यान पे रेस्ट अफ द फी। म युकेमै बसेको यति लामो समय भयो। इभन मैले मेरो छोराछोरीलाई पढ्न पठायो भने पनि 12th पढ्न पढ्नको लागि चाहिँ इट्स च्यालेन्जिङ अमाउन्ट। सो तपाईँ जाँदै हुनुहुन्छ भने एटलिस्ट यो फी चाहिँ नेपालबाटै पे गर्नुपर्छ है। जस्तो भन्नु मलाई अगाडि बताइसक्नु हजुरहरूलाई कि फुल फी तिरेर जानु, अनि पढाइमा फोकस हुन्छ, स्कोरमा राम्रो हुन्छ, अनि पढाइसके पछाडि तपाईँहरूले तपाईँको यो पिएसडब्ल्यू अपर्च्युनिटी छ, काम गरेर पनि आफ्नो पैसा रिकभर गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ। तर एउटा कुरा के छ भन्दाखेरि एजुकेसन लोन लिएर एन्ड देन बाई मेकिङ पेमेन्ट मेकिङ पेमेन्ट 50% पे गरेर तपाईँ युके पढ्न जानुभएको छ, युकेबाट कमाएर बाँकी फी यु आर विलिङ टु पे रिमेनिङ फी फ्रम अर्निङ while you are in UK, it's impossible. Possible छैन। त्यस कारणले गर्दाखेरि तपाईँ एटलिस्ट 1 वर्ष तिरेर जानुहोस्, पे फुल फी फर फर्स्ट इयर। अनि अर्को कुरा सँगसँगै अकमर्सको लागि सुरुमै काम पाउनु गाह्रो छ, पक्रिँदै गाह्रो हुन्छ यहाँबाट नआइकन। 3000 पाउन्ड एटलिस्ट तपाईँको 3 महिनाको अकमोडेसनको कस्ट, तपाईँको त्यहाँको लिभिङ कस्ट, अरू पनि कस्ट, ट्राभल कस्ट हुन्छ, फोन लिनु पऱ्यो, ल्यापटप लिनु पऱ्यो पढ्नको लागि, अनि तपाईँको आफ्नो अकमर्सको लागि डिपोजिट राख्नु पऱ्यो। त्यसमा एटलिस्ट 3000 पाउन्ड चाहिँ तपाईँले छुट्याउनु पर्ने हुन्छ। यु हेभ टु अलोकेट एटलिस्ट 3000 पाउन्ड। म तपाईँलाई प्र्याक्टिकल कुरा गर्दैछु यो कुरा चाहिँ ट्राइङ टु टेल द ट्रुथ। यो कुरा नभनिकन नेपालबाट जाने गर्नुभएको छ। त्यो सोच गएपछि पछाडि फी माग्न बाबाआमा सक्नुहुन्न, त्यो रिलेटेड टु आस्क देयर रिमेनिङ फी फ्रम देयर प्यारेन्ट्स। उनीहरूलाई पनि भनेको छ कि कमाएर एउटा दिन्छ, उहाँको माइन्ड सेटै छैन कि मेरो बच्चालाई पैसा पठाउनु पर्छ यो के भन्ने कुरा रिमेनिङ फीको लागि। अनि बाबाआमासँग पैसा माग्न सक्नुहुन्न, उहाँहरू त्यहाँ फितिर सक्नुहुन्न। अनि काम गर्यो, पढाइ बिग्रिन्छ, अनि करियर स्पोइल हुन्छ। यो काम हामी नेपाली कन्सल्टेन्टहरूले सकेसम्म सबैले यो कुरा बुझिदिनको लागि म अपिल पनि गर्न चाहन्छु। आई वुड लाइक टु अपिल टु अल द कन्सल्टेन्ट्स रिगार्ड्स म्याटर एक्चुअली encourage students to pay full fee, at least to have 3000 pounds before departure to UK. Like, they do not give false impression that they are making money. They can pay the fee of first year. After going 3 months, they can make the money and they can pay remaining the fee. They do not do the counseling on that way. That's my very personal request to all the consultants. I'm also like a consultant myself. So my team, Real Dreams, are quite competent to provide authentic and genuine counseling services. So, any students are willing to go to study UK, particularly, I ask them to join the Real Dreams team, either in Kathmandu, whichever Jito, to have proper and authentic counseling, so that they won't be disappointed when they land in UK. म सबै कन्सल्टेन्टलाई पनि अपिल गर्न चाहन्छु। What's your thought actually? That I can see some students from Nepal, not from Nepal, South Asia, like many consultants are counseling them. Okay, you can go there, that is pay the 50% deposits, get a pass, go there, you can earn the money, then you can pay the fees. Do you think that you also a graduate, as myself as well? Yeah. And it's possible to earn that much money during the study period? Like, do you think? Definitely not. Shall we counsel like that way, or like to provide the authentic counsel?
No, definitely not. Just like to say what Basanta said, I completely understood that. He spoke to you in Nepali, but I completely understood that. And I voiced my support to him 100% on this, that your counseling should be structured in such a way. Please do not advise students that you can go there and work and pay for your tuition fee. It is not going to happen. If you try and do that, you will fail your education. So you have to understand the cost-benefit analysis. You have paid a lot of money to go there and study, not to work part-time. So whatever money you want to earn by earning part-time will help you for some of your living expenses. As an international student, it's very important to enjoy the culture. Yes, I'm in the UK. I want to travel across the UK. I want to go with my friends to different places in the UK. I want to go to a bar. I want to go to a club. I want to enjoy the life there. Try and use your part-time earning to help you enjoy all of that. But please never make the mistake of thinking that you will work part-time and pay for your tuition fee. It will never happen. And we are talking about this from experience. Like he mentioned, we are both UK graduates. We both studied in the UK. We both studied about 15 years back, but things haven't changed and pay for your fees. And the same rule applies now as well. So you need to ensure that your fees is paid upfront, from your home country itself, so that all you're doing over there is concentrating on your education.
Why I'm encouraging Nepalese students, the parents particularly, before sending their kids to study abroad, like any country, not only UK, USA, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, any country, please expect that you have to bear their own tuition fees. Even if you go to USA, I believe that you can make the money by your fee, remaining fee by earning from there. Even UK, another thing what I can tell you today, UK is the place where the students are going to study university. They cannot change the cannot go to any other colleges after completion or during study period. So, am I right, sir? There is no opportunity to move to a college, a cheaper college, or anything like that. And so it's a premier destination. The students aiming to study in UK means they're aiming to study university. And the university has got their own rankings, own requirements, they are looking for a genuine, authentic student, not they are aiming just recruit students and disappear from the class. Am I right, Khan?
That is right. That's absolutely correct. So when you get your visa for the UK as well, on your visa vignette, which is a stamp on your passport, the university sponsor license number is mentioned. So if you come to the University of West London, we have a unique sponsor license number which is mentioned on your passport. So you cannot change the course of education, and you'll be studying there for 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years, or 4 years. So that's why it's very important, like Vasanta mentioned, is that you cannot think of changing institutions or thinking, I'm going to go to this university, and when I go there, I will go into a cheaper college. That is not possible. So you have to keep that in mind.
Please do some research before travel in the UK. You all have got smartphone in hand. Why telling to you go universities was London, particularly this university location, central London location, becomes London, but West London. Itself, our university name is West London. We are located in the west part of the London. Yes, it's part of London, Greater London. Okay, and also this university is nearby Heathrow Airport, and then some students who are doing athletic courses, they are getting placements at the Heathrow Airport. And furthermore, you might have some queries regarding why the University of West London. The only answer is like that. They are quite reliable university, and ranking, as I said earlier to you, 23rd in times. Yep. And also, then they have invested heavily in infrastructure. And I've seen their buildings from every year, they're adding the buildings, making new buildings. This is the state of art infrastructure, I can say at the moment. And 24/7 live facilities. There's so many other facilities are available. So let's talk about few facilities that unique features of the Western universities.
Yeah, I think facilities are very, very important, because one of the things which the university prides itself upon is getting the award of the University of the Year for student experience. And that is very important, and we won this award 2 years in a row. So when we talk about student experience, it is what you will experience as a student whilst your time at the university. Now we start off with, like Vasanta mentioned, about the facilities available on campus. We recently invested £250 million on a campus development. So you'll see state-of-the-art classrooms, state-of-the-art lecture theatres, Mac labs, whether it's your normal labs, 24/7 access to library. There is across the university, there are lots of coffee shops, there are bars, there are restaurants. So everything is structured across the university, across our 2 campuses, one in Ealing and one in Brentford. Now, I think what also plays a very important role is your students' union. Now, that is your voice to the university. And the Students' Union, again at UWL, wins the award for the best students' union in the UK. What can you do with the Students' Union? You can plan events, you can plan trips, you can become members of clubs and societies. We have close to 40 clubs and societies at the university. If you're interested in cricket, join a cricket society. If you're interested in football, University of West London, closest link to a lot of the students, I know are very interested in Premier League is Brentford FC, our closest, it is walking distance from where the university is situated. Next time when you're actually watching a Brentford game, look out for the adverts. You will see UWL, across all of Brentford Stadium as well, because we are one of the prime sponsors of Brentford FC. So your student experience becomes very important. And for that, your resources, your facilities, your students' union all play a very crucial part to ensure that you enjoy your time in the UK once you study.
Thank you. We have covered many, West London University features, accommodation opportunities, entry requirements, English criteria, education gap for Nepal, and deposits, applicant process. At the same time, I would like to ask you regarding what we expect in Nepal, particularly recommendation letters. These are many common questions I'm asking to you. Some students are asking how many recommendation required to get unconditional at the Western University.
Yeah, so normally recommendation letters are very, very important, and we need, for an undergraduate student, we need one recommendation letter, and this could be from his school, his principal, or one of the teachers who has actually taught him or her at school. And if you're looking for a master's program, we look at two recommendation letters. If you're a fresh graduate, so the two recommendation letters can be from the same institute, but needs to be signed by two different people. If you have any work experience, then we expect you to have one recommendation letter from a professional front. So wherever you have worked, they can write a recommendation letter for you as well. So undergraduate, one, postgraduate, two, and that's all we need.
Okay. But धेरैको थाहा भइसक्नुभयो अब रिक्वायरमेन्टको बारेमा के चाहिन्छ त एप्लिकेन्ट प्रस्तुत गर्नको लागि CV with correct email address and the contact number and the academic 11, 12 last degree certificates and this one degree award certificate it's having provisional certificate apply गरेर दिइहाल्नु आफ्नो इन्स्टिट्युसनमा त्यस पछाडि तपाईँको पासपोर्ट IELTS TOEFL अथवा रिक्वायरमेन्ट सर्टिफिकेट त्यो चाहियो अनि चाहिँ पासपोर्ट चाहियो अनि दुईवटा recommendation if you want to study for master degree, two recommendation. Fresh graduate छ भने same institution को दुईजना बाट चाहियो अनि पुरानो छ भने employer one and
academic one, yes, that's absolutely right.
Or two academic,
two academics are fine as well.
or two employer either two. तपाईँको experience recommend letter हुनु पर्यो त्यस पछाडि त्यो application तपाईले राम्रोसँग SOP लेख्नु पर्यो कुन course which course that you are planning to apply अनि I ask every students to go through our site and have a look at the course modules as well. Actually, what if you want to in future? Like which course module, provide you what kind of learning outcomes that might help you to address your ambition. So while you are preparing your SOP, please do some research, check with the university website, and try to spend as much more time to gain some more knowledge about the university and then address those things in your SOP as well, so that you will get an offer on time. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. I think before we end, we just had to add one more thing. Is like Vasudha mentioned about doing a lot of research on your own. I think that's very, very important. Is to go and learn about the university, learn about the resources, learn about your course. And one of the things which we are actually introducing for our students is a program called a University Online Preparation to Study. Now, once you have paid a deposit and accepted your place at the university, we have a 2-week program which is being offered to you. This is a 2-week online program. All we need from you is 4 hours every week to come online. So let's say you come this week 4 hours and you come the following week 4 hours. And 8 hours you will get an online preparation to study program. Now, what are we teaching you on this program? The very first thing we will teach you is to help you bridge the gap between what you studied here in Nepal and what you will be studying in the UK. Now, I'll take a very simple example, plagiarism. It's something which, not just in Nepal, in South Asia, people can plagiarize and it's not considered as a crime. You could copy something from the internet or copy something from the book and submit as a part of your answers. However, in the UK, if you are caught plagiarizing, you will lose that particular module or you will be failed on that particular module. So we will teach you on plagiarism. We will improve your grammar. We will help you with intercultural skills. Now, again, one thing which is very important, where we see students struggling, is that students do not integrate culturally with the home students or the European students in the UK. When you go there, you will make friends with only your Nepalese community, and you will not mix around with students from different nationalities. We will try and teach you why it is very important to mix around with students from different nationalities. And again, I'll give you a very simple example. You come and study any program there. As a part of your program, you have to be split in different groups and submit assignments as a part of your group. So here it becomes very important to work as a team. So you'll be mixing around with students from different nationalities. So the cultural integration again is very important, and that's something which we teach you as a part of this online program. So do come for this online program. It is completely free of cost. You don't have to pay anything, and on completion of this program, you get a participation certificate as well. So it is just something which we are offering to you to help you bridge the gap between your studies here and what you'll be studying. Okay.
It's a good opportunity actually for the students who are willing to go for the study in UK, particularly University of West London. हामी अब धेरै अन्तिम आइसकेका छौँ, जसमा नेपालबाट धेरै सोध्ने गरिन्छ, particularly Nepal. There is very common questions from the students all over the parts, particularly. I want to go to UK without giving my IELTS. I want to go to any university like that. The thing is, yes, University of West London also takes students without having the IELTS, PT, and PSL. But what kind of student that can get that exemption? Can I explain more about it?
Yeah, so if you're talking about exemptions, there are a few ways in which students can get exempted. One is if the students have done a CBSE or an ICSE qualification here in Nepal, which I know there are a number of schools here which offer that. And if your marks in English are more than 70 in class 12, then you can get a waiver on the IELTS or the PT requirement. If you've done the GCSEs or the Cambridge A-level exams, and if your grades in your GCSE O-levels are more than grade C in English, you can get an exemption. And finally, for a master's level student, if you've done a UK qualification here in Nepal, I know there are a number of students who do UK qualifications, from different providers here in Nepal. And if you've done that over the last 5 years, you are able to also get an exemption to come for a master's program as well. So I wouldn't say it's a blanket exemption, but these are the specific categories in which we are able to exempt the students to be able to come on for your master's or your undergraduate.
Sandra, I would like to add two things regarding those exemptions for the students who already been studying from Nepal, but maybe or whatever from UK affiliated university. West London University will be giving the exemption for the students for the studies, but this should have second-class lower division at least in your degrees award certificates. If they have the third class, then West London under the second. They might need to go from the extended programs, it's a direct entry, they will not pay it. But still, they can go for other programs with the extended, So, यदि तपाईले कोही नेपालबाट मास्टर्स डिग्री गर्नुभएको छ, युपी युनिभर्सिटीबाट डिग्री पाउनुभएको छ र तपाईको सेकेन्ड क्लास लो डिभिजन भन्दा माथि स्कोर छ भने तपाईले इङ्ग्लिस गर्नुपर्ने छैन। त्यसैगरी नेपालमा सीबीएसई बोर्डबाट धेरै गर्ने गर्दछ। नेपालको फ्रेन्ड्स किन म्यासिभ फ्रेन्ड्स नेपालबाट इन्डियाबाट पनि पढ्ने इन्डियाबाट आउने पनि छ। सीबीएसई बोर्डबाट एक्जाम दिने छ नेपालमा पनि कति सीबीएसई बोर्डको तपाईको स्कुलहरू छ जहाँबाट तपाईले पास गर्नुभएको छ भने ग्रेड 12 को इङ्ग्लिसमा इफ यु स्कोर मोर देन 70 मार्क्स देन यु विल बी एक्जेम्प्टेड from the English. And also Cambridge कोर्सबाट गर्नुभएको छ तपाईको जीसीएसईमा इङ्ग्लिसमा ग्रेड सी छ भने तपाईहरु इङ्ग्लिस आईएलटीएस पीटी टोटल प्रोभाइड नगरिकन पनि इङ्ग्लिस वेभरको रूपमा तपाईलाई किन क्वेशन गरि भन्दाखेरि तपाईहरुले राम्रो यसरी पास गर्नु भएको छ भने इङ्ग्लिस पनि पढ्नु भएको छ भने यु आर क्यापेबल जजिङ योर क्यापेबिलिटी if anyone completed that course as a CBSE, Cambridge or having the UK degree, then that people shortly they can cope with the demand of the English requirement from the university. When the exemption, so exemption ma दिएको तपाईको एउटा तपाईलाई यो exemption यो कुरा बुझ्नु कि तपाई लाइक तपाईको एउटा डिग्रीलाई तपाईको एफिडेन्ट गर्दै तपाईको एउटा क्रेडिबिलिटी तपाईसँग ट्रस्ट राख्दै युनिट तपाईको exemption त्यसलाई चाहिँ तर यहाँ नेपालमा के गरिन्छ चाहिँ इङ्ग्लिस वेभर राखिन्छ अनि सबै खालको स्टुडेन्टहरुलाई इङ्ग्लिस दिन्छ भने यो कुरा बुझ्न आवश्यक छ। किन दिन्छ भन्ने कुरा युनिभर्सिटी किन दिने गर्छ कस्तो उसमा दिने गर्छ भन्ने तपाईँले बुझ्नुभयो होला हाम्रो गेस्टबाट उहाँ हुनुहुन्छ Karan Mehra is the manager from University of Westland. Karan, I thought we have covered many queries of our potential aspiring students who are willing to study at University of West London. At the same time, I would like to ask every students that who are willing to apply your higher studies at University of West London, contact Real Gyms office, Kathmandu, first floor of Sister Photocopy, Budal Sadak, Chitawan, Real Gyms office, Sai Chuk, and Kuchawal, Real Gyms office. पार्टनर्सहरु उहाँलाई पनि आफ्नो यो कुरा केही कुरा यो इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चर सहयोग लाग्छ मलाई र हाम्रो लन्डन टिम पर्टिकुलरली रियल जिम्स लन्डन टिम तपाईहरु सहयोग गर्न कसरी आतुर छ सपोर्ट गरिरहेको छ लाग्छ मलाई तपाईहरुले आफ्नो एप्लिकेशन्स हाम्रो कम्पनी थ्रु प्रोसिड गर्न सक्नुहुनेछ त्यसको लागि मेरो रियल जिम्स लन्डन टिम तपाईहरुसँग कन्ट्याक्टमै रहनेछ व्यक्तिगत रूपमा अहिले म नेपालमा छु र तपाईँहरूसँग कतिसँग भेटघाट गर्न पाएको छैन र यसै लाइभ भन्न चाहन्छु म तपाईँहरूलाई सबैलाई भेट्ने सानो छोटो समयमा नपाए पनि तपाईँहरू सधैँ हाम्रो हृदयमा हुनुहुन्छ र हामी वर्किङ टुगेदर इज अ पार्टनरसिप विल गो लन्डन तपाईँ हामी एकअर्काले काम गरेर हामी अगाडि बढ्ने हो त्यसको लागि म आफै पनि तपाईँहरूको आभार व्यक्त गर्दै तपाईँहरूको साथ सल्लाह सपोर्ट सहयोग रहनेछ भन्ने आशा राख्दै once again expressing my sincere thanks to my friend, like the legal manager from West London, Karan Mehra. I would like to close this introduction program. I hope this event, this discussion addressed your many queries. If you have any more, then we are available at any time to support you. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Masala. Thank you.
Thank you for that.